Oh, hi guys. I'm just playing with my new Samsung Galaxy S3, as you can see here. It's my new smartphone, and I'm very happy with it. And in fact, this brought me to the subject of this video. It's about using smartphone, cell phone in bushcraft. Uh, Well, first I have to tell you, I grew up in a period that there was no cell phone, no smartphone, no internet, nothing. Uh, if I wanted to make a phone call, I had to walk to the phone booth at the other side of the village with my pockets full of dimes and quarters to put in the phone and make my call. If someone wanted to call me, they would call the neighbors. The neighbors would get to my house and ask me to come over to answer the phone. And if I wanted to write a letter, I had to write it by hand. There was no computer. And I had to buy a stamp, put a stamp on it and put it on the mail. It sounds all very old-fashioned to some of you because you grew up with internet, computers, smartphones, etc. You're used to it, but people of my generation, well, we didn't have all of that when we were young. If someone, well, later on, when I remember I was about 14 or so, we had a first telephone in the house, but the problem was if people tried to call us and there was nobody at home, then they called for nothing. Later on there was some improvement when we bought an answering machine, and people could leave a message on the answering machine, and later I could call them back, but they also bought an answering machine, and I had to leave my message as well. So we were communicating by answering machines. It's rather funny, but not very practical. I have a cell phone since the beginning, since the first cell phones were sold here in Holland. And at the same time I bought my first computer. And well, I love my computer, I love internet. And if I want to write a letter now, I just send an email and one push on the button and it's at the other end of the world, and sometimes I get an answer in just 5 minutes if someone's not too lazy to answer. And with my cell phone I can call people anytime I want to, and they can reach me anytime they want to. The cell phones, they developed, and now we have smartphones with internet, and in fact it's a complete computer. Possibilities to write your email, to look at websites, and at the same time we have the social media like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc. And it's very easy to be in contact with others. But some people, they wake up and go to bed with their smartphone, and they're using it all the time when they're traveling by bus or by train, when they walk on the street, and even, and I think that's very impolite, they chat with other people while I'm talking to them during conversation or during dinner. I think that's not nice, even impolite. Maybe I sound very old-fashioned, but that's the way I think. Also, when I look on the public transport, people don't talk to each other. The only conversation is the private conversation on their smartphone, and they don't even say good morning or good evening when they get in. The world has changed. But I try to use my smartphone with sense. That means that I'm not always available for others. I've got my private time. I don't take my smartphone with me on the toilet. I don't use it in bed. I don't use it at work. Well, at work it's sometimes even impossible to use. Imagine when I give a fine to someone, and at the same time I put on Facebook, hey listen guys, I'm giving a fine to someone. I don't like to give all that information, and well, I cannot mix it up, especially at work. Okay, so I make a selection on the moments that I use my phone. Well, going to bushcraft, using a smartphone or a cell phone in bushcraft, I think it can be very, very useful. First of all, I've already got many apps on my phone. I've got a Red Cross app with complete first aid handbook. I've got a SAS survival guide. There's a free app, but I paid for it, so I have the complete survival guide. I've got the US military survival guide, also using GPS. I've got apps to track where I'm walking, so I can see where I've been afterwards. Very interesting, very useful. So nearly everything I want to know about bushcraft or learn about bushcraft, I can find in my apps on my telephone, and I don't have to take books with me. I can read it anywhere I am. But a smartphone works on batteries, and batteries might be dead at the moment you really need it. For example, if there's an accident and I want to help, it would be silly to look up in my smartphone what to do at that moment, because every second counts, and secondly, maybe my battery is dead. When I'm in the woods and I want to make a fire, it's silly to look up in my smartphone how to make fire. I have to know it at the moment, and well, but at the other hand, these apps are very useful to learn from. When you're traveling, for example, or other moments when you've got nothing to do, you can read all the information, look at the images. The SAS survival guide even has a quiz on it, and you can learn from it and use it in case you really need it. What I also use is my location finder on Google Maps, and for example, when I'm lost in the woods and I look on Google Maps, I know exactly where I am. But as I said, it works on batteries, and batteries may die, it's useful that I know how to work with compass and a map, or find my direction by the sun, the moon, the stars. There are also other possibilities. I can learn from the apps, but I should not depend on it. I think that's very important. Also, when I shoot pictures and make videos, I don't use my smartphone, and the reason why is also to save batteries in the first place, and second, I've got my video camera, photo camera, and those batteries last much longer. After that, when I come home, I can put it on the internet, can put it on YouTube. There's no need to do that from the woods where I am. Also, it's consuming the batteries. Saving batteries is very, very important, because your cell phone or smartphone can be a lifesaver. When you're in trouble, when you're wounded or something like that, you can call for help. You can dial 911 in the United States or 112 in Europe. Very important, and always keep that in mind. Then I don't always want to talk with other people when I'm in the woods. I enjoy nature. I love to hear the sounds of nature, and I don't want to be disturbed by phone calls. So most of the time I turn my phone off, and people can't reach me. And because that time, the time in the woods, is time for myself, and if I want to communicate, I make my videos, or I just call someone, but most of the time I just enjoy being there in the woods. What's also important is to let someone know where you are or where you're planning to go. And maybe you can use one of your apps to find your location and send that information to that person. If you turn your phone off, you can tell that person that you will turn it on a specific preset time, for example between 6 and 7 in the evening. It's a great way to save your batteries. You get feedback to someone about your health, your condition, what you're doing, etc. In case you don't call that person on that time, he can try to call you, and if he can't reach you, he can call for the police and start a search. That's also important. A cell phone, and especially a smartphone, is very expensive, and you have to protect your phone, especially against moist and dust, the worst enemies of your phone. For that you can use a plastic bag like this one. If I open it, I hope you can see on the camera. There are 1, 2, 3 closing strips inside. So if one fails, there are always 2 other strips left to close. Then you fold this inside and close it with a Velcro strap. And with this cord you can hang it around your neck and you won't lose it, and you always have your phone with you when you need it. It's a way to protect your phone. And then for the batteries, well, already gave you options to save your batteries, but just in case, you can bring a loaded battery with you and replace it if you need to. If you don't have an extra battery, maybe you can use this option. It's a solar charger. There are solar cells here. Just close it. Then you can connect the USB cable and your phone at the other side, and you can charge your batteries. Sun power is for free. You only have to pay once for this device, and it will last forever. And the energy you get for free. Another thing, and maybe that's I think that's one of my best ideas. If I don't want to bring my cell phone because it's very valuable, I can take a very simple old-fashioned cell phone. This is a Nokia, and it's very solid. I can even drop it on the table, it won't break. I put a pre-charged SIM card inside, and only 1 or 2 people know the number, and I stay in contact with them. Battery on this phone will stay charged for about 2-3 days in normal use. If I turn it off 23 hours a day, then maybe 1-2 weeks, which is quite a long time. Also, this could be a very useful backup. If you take your smartphone with you, then this could be your backup in an emergency. Then there's another option to save batteries, and I've installed an app called Juice Defender. And let me see, where is it? Oh, just got a message. Well, I bought the Juice Defender Ultimate, which costs less than €5. And there's also a free app which you can purchase on the internet, and it really saves your batteries, because before the battery on my smartphone was dead in about 10 till 12 hours. I took the phone with me to work, and before I came home it was empty. Now, let me see. Okay, I'm using my cell phone now for 26 hours, and I've still got 52% power on my batteries. What the device or the app does is turning off things that you don't need, like Wi-Fi, your GPS, and everything else that you don't need and not using at that moment. I think it's very useful, and it's certainly worth the money if you pay for the Ultimate app. Okay, I think I've said enough. I hope that you have fun in the woods and fun with your iPhone or smartphone or whatever phone you have. Use it with sense. Know when to use it and how to use it, and if you bring both together, then well, I don't know what to say, but well, that's it, guys. Just take care and have fun. Bye.